City Council has just voted on that new crime bill, and over 100 community activists are packed inside the Wilson building waiting for that vote.
Yeah, our Delia Gonzalez is live outside of council chambers at the Wilson building tonight. Indeed, where do things go from here?
The D.C. omnibus bill passes just moments ago here in council chambers. A 12-1 present. Councilmember Trayon White not choosing to vote this time around, but he did vote present, I guess, and so we can tell you and we can report that DC Omnibus has indeed passed. We have all these advocates here who are really celebrating a win. We have showed you pictures of all these advocates, 100 of them, coming here to council chambers because they said there was so much at stake and they needed to voice their opinions, and certainly they are here celebrating a win because many amendments that they were fighting for actually were debated upon and passed. We're talking about an amendment by Councilmember McDuffie that returns the notion when police collect DNA evidence from someone only after a conviction of a felony crime. The bill initially was asking for police to collect that DNA evidence before they were actually convicted of a crime at the time of arrest. So that is one win that advocates say they saw here in council chambers today. Another amendment that was just passed and they consider a win was pretrial detention. Now you remember that was an emergency bill this summer. This proposal was going to make it permanent, but council members said we need more data to ensure that this is actually working to keep the residents of DC safe. So pretrial detentions put on hold. It's just will be now temporary for another 250 days so the council can collect and analyze data to see if indeed it is making us safer. We talked to some advocates earlier today. Let's listen to what they had to say.
What's at stake is mass incarceration. What's happening right now is really the expansion of criminality when it doesn't get at the root of the problem.
We would urge the council to make sure that they have an evidence-based, comprehensive public safety system that's more proactive than reactive.
We worked very hard over the last several weeks to work with all of our colleagues and incorporate some of the concerns that they had.
Right now, the bill would allow law enforcement to take DNA from a person who's arrested. Not a person who's been convicted, not even a person who's been charged, but a person who's been arrested. And when you think about how many of the cases that the U.S. Attorney's Office has that are never prosecuted, you're talking about a lot of potential DNA.
And as you take a look live here at the screen outside of council chambers, you can see that Ward 5 Councilmember Kenya McDuffie is still discussing more measures here inside chambers. However, we can report to you that the DC Secure Omnibus passed the first vote. We're waiting to hear word as to when they will schedule that second vote, but we are anticipating that to be in about 2 to 3 weeks for that second and final vote before it goes to the mayor's desk. We're live here at the Wilson building. Delia Gonzalez, WUSA 9.
Yeah, indeed, we know this is a complex issue and a lot of people are involved to make sure they get it right, which is ultimately to reduce crime and hopefully save some lives as well. But again, it's not a done deal just yet. We know you'll stay on top of it for the next couple of weeks. Delia, thank you.